What's up guys, UA Heath here. We're coming back at you with my updated UA deck profile for July 2021. Just before we get the release of Dawn of Majesty in August, when the decks will slightly change with Iris Magician. We're going to get this deck profile done now. Someone asked for it in the comments and I'm providing it with you. So let's dive into it straight away. So to player manager, I won't go through card by card, obviously we've done that before, and tell you what I think of the deck, because we're going to show you some big replays today and lots of gameplay, and we'll talk about it then. So 2 player manager, 1 dunker, 1 block backer, 1 rebounder and 1 ace is our main bodies for the UA deck. These are the best ones, I believe, the best package. And then our normal summons for UA as well. 2 midfielder, can play 3. I think 2 is the optimal now if we're playing, because we're playing 3 spiker instead. And then I'm going to talk about the spicy tech we're playing in the deck. We're playing 1 scythe, 3 lancier and 3 sanctum. I hadn't realised how good the artifact package was going to be in this deck, but this package is incredible for us. UA is just because we don't need the extra deck as such, and locking out the opponent's extra deck with scythe once we've got our big bodies onto the field is so good because we've got such a good board presence. It is incredible, and Lancey is just such a good card right now. 1 rotor, 1 terraforming. 3 Foolish Burial Goods instead of Penalty Box, of course. 3 Extravagance. We're playing this instead of Prosperity because I like to dig with those extra 2 cards. Because we're not bothered about the extra deck, being able to banish 6 to draw 2 is so much better than just digging for 6, because drawing 2 is much better now because we need to be able to find Sanctum and stuff like that. So I think Extravagance is much better than Prosperity in this deck. 3 Signing Deal to get an extra body. 2 Turnover Tactics, best card in the UA deck, and we all know it. Incredible card, just incredible way to get rid of your opponent's board. Such a board breaker, the best card. 1 Power Jersey for our OTKs. 3 Hyper Stadium for our Searchers. 3 Normal Stadium for our extra Searchers. 3 Sampsons we spoke about, and 2 Penalty Box, obviously, to be able to get a UA spell card from our deck to our hand. So that's our main deck. Going over to our extra deck, obviously Double A Zeus. 1 Durandal, obviously with 2 level 5s, and we're playing the artifact package anyway. A Utopia, an Abyss Dweller, because this shuts off a lot of the meta decks right now, like Drytron and stuff like that. Cowboy, just because who doesn't love Cowboy? Then we're playing 2 Underworld Goddess of a Closed World. You know, it's my favourite card. You can just play 1. I quite like having 2. Borrowed Sword Dragon, Access Code Talker, and BLS. You don't need these cards. You can make this deck a lot cheaper by not playing these cards, like Access Code and Borrow Sword. The amount of times you summon them will be a handful. You do not need them, but they're just there because we don't need the extra deck, and you might as well fill it out with good cards. Then obviously the Unicorn and the Phoenix, of course. 2 Dagda as well. Since we're playing the artifact package, it was nice to be able to search it and set an artifact from our deck with this card. And then 1 IP Masquerader. Of course, the standard, especially if we're playing Underworld Goddess, you have to play Masquerader. You could probably up this to 2 and drop one of the Access Code Talker or BLS to make the deck a lot cheaper, which would be really cool. Then we'll move over to the side deck. Obviously, you can tell by the side deck, the decks that we want to go first with the deck, and so the side deck is literally a go in second build. 3 Nibiru, 1 Alpha, 1 Pancratops, 3 D-Shifter. D-Shifter does switch off a lot of our cards as well, so we need to make sure that we're going to have a good hand for this, or it's a matchup that we're going to struggle in for D-Shifter to work. 3 Dark Runner No More as well, just so we can ball clear. 3 Cosmic Cyclone, of course, just in case we come up against some back row centered deck like Eldritch, and an Imperial Order as well, just because it's an absolute house against Sky Striker. But yeah, that is the deck, the card by card. I'll move over into the deck profile, not the deck profile, the gameplay, and I'll show you what the deck's all about, and a little bit more of this spicy tech that we've got with the artifacts and how good it is going to be in this deck. So let's move over to artifact, guys. So guys, we're going into the first turn here. First game as well. So we'll activate Foolish Burial Goods here, getting Penalty Box to the graveyard, then banishing Penalty Box so we can get Hyper Stadium. Activating Hyper Stadium here to get a Liberated Spiker to our hand, and then activating to get another normal summon. Stadium gets activated to get Sign and Deal, we get Perfect Ace from that. We'll normal summon Spiker as well here, activating Stadium to get a search for Blockbacker, which we'll special summon, and then special summon Ace instead of Spiker. Getting the extra normal summon for Spiker, we'll search for Dreadnought Dunker and set Sanctum here. They'll activate Orchestrated Return here, but we'll chain Sanctum and chain Lancia as well, so they can't banish, and we'll get Scythe, so they can't go any extra deck plays. Incredible. We'll activate Fossil Dig, they'll hit Scrap Raptor, Scrap Raptor comes on, but we'll activate Spiker, shuffling back Dunker, getting Manager out into field. Activating Manager to pop the Raptor as well, and they will end on nothing at all. And then we will go into Libero Spiker, activating Stadium to get an extra search for Dunker, getting Dunker out into the field, and then we'll get an extra attack boost, and we'll attack for game. This is how powerful this deck can be right now. Well, after that powerful game, we're going second here. We haven't drawn as cracked as the first time. No Sanctum, no Lancia, and they're facing Utopia, which just seems to be the deck that everyone seems to be playing right now. Obviously, this is the post ban list and post a couple of releases like that. We've got Astral Hope as well, which is just a crazy searcher for the deck. It just allows them to add anything. So we've got Utopia Ray onto the field. Going to Utopia, we've got Change Tactics as well, which allows them to get any. It can just draw cards all the time. Such an advantage game now. Utopia is going to be a crazy card, so we're going to go into Dragna here. But that activates Zexal Conversion as well to get a rank up card to hand as well. We're going to Gym Buster and King as well. Let's see what we can do from here. We're going to have to try and bait out some stuff. So we're going to Hope Harbinger as well, which is incredible, which is going to disrupt our extravagance. We'll activate Stadium here, which we need to go off, which it does. We'll try and get an extra normal summon with Stadium as well, which we can do. Getting Spiker onto the field means we can get Blockbacker. Getting Blockbacker onto the field, that means we can get Spiker back onto the field as well. We can still win this right now. We'll go into Ace as well. We'll activate Turnover Tactics. We'll shuffle back our monsters, shuffling back all of their monsters, and then not getting anything out of that because it's main deck only. Destroying their XYZ Change Tactics as well. Get a Manager back out onto field, and we'll end there. That is the power of Turnover Tactics. This is why it is the most powerful card in the deck. They'll go into Utopia Ray, and we'll hit in with Blockbacker. No special summon for you this turn. We'll negate the effects. You aren't doing anything. We'll activate Power Jersey here as well. Get a Manager to attack, so we get an extra attack as well, and that will be game from there. Oh, we're actually 100 life points. We'll go into BLS just to be sure here. They've got Summon a Monk, but they're not going to do much with that. And then we've got Sign and Deal as well. We'll just search for any card. We'll get Dunker. We'll just attack over the set card and attack with Dunker for game. Incredible. The Turnover Tactics, best card. So we're going into the third game here. Looks like we're playing some sort of Orcus Dragoon deck with Gizmic as well. So we're going. They'll activate Radical Fusion, get an Intra Dragoon here. We haven't got the best hand. We're going to try and bait out with Extravagance, but we get it met with a Gizmic as well, so we've got to deal with that as well now. We'll draw Burial Goods though. So it means we can get to Hyper Stadium here. We'll get Hyper Stadium to hand. We'll activate. No negate. Okay. Try and activate. No negate. Stadium. No negate. We'll activate Player Manager. There's the negate. That's fine. We can still play. We can still go from here. Dunker goes onto field. We'll activate Stadiums to get the extra normal summon. So midfielder comes. We'll get Blockbacker as well. We'll go to battle. Hit over with the Gizmek. Special summon the Blockbacker, and we'll end turn there. We've played a key role here. We'll activate Gizmek. We'll chain Lancia. They'll chain Call by the Grave. We will chain Sanctum. Chain a midfielder. They'll chain Dragoon, and we'll chain Turnover Tactics. A 7 chain link there. Because we needed to bait out the Dragoon, and we had to use everything we could in the world to do that. But we end up in a very good position. We'll activate Rival Rebounder as well, getting Player Manager from our graveyard. Activate Player Manager to destroy the Gizmek as well. And now it's going to be our turn. We'll get Dreadnought Dunker out. They'll activate Gizmek here, but that's fine. It's nothing we can't deal with. We'll normal summon Libero, activating Player Manager special summon, destroying the Gizmek. And look at our field, easy as that. Incredible chain of events there. So we're going to be playing Magical Musketeer Eldritch, and we'll pass turn. But you see we've started in D shift with this game. We'll normal summon Casper and then activate Black Awakening. Get an Eldritch onto the field. We'll get Casper activation as well to get a search for a trap. We'll get Extravagance off the top. We'll try and banish 6 to get draw 2, and it goes through. That's okay. Activating Hyper Stadium, it's met straight away. Casper's activated again to get another search. We'll activate Stadium. They'll activate Golden Land, getting onto field. We'll activate Sign and Deal, but that's met with cross domination. Getting Liberia Spike here though. We try and get into Dunker, which we get through. Dunker comes onto field. We'll activate the effect of Dunker after we've attacked Casper to destroy the Eldritch. They'll activate Golden Land forever and they'll banish our Dunker. So it's not been a good turn for us, but they aren't on much better than us right now. Can we do anything there? We'll go into Casper, we'll go to battle phase and we'll hit him for a little bit. We'll activate Extravagance here, we'll normal summon Spike, but Casper's activation costs us a little bit. We'll go into Perfect Taste, and they'll chain cross domination again, and we are not on doing well. Every time we go into a little bit, we just seem to be hit with an absolute house by them. They take us down to 500 life points. We need something big here. We'll activate Terraform in here. We'll get Stadium. We'll activate Hyper Stadium here. This could be alright. We'll activate UA Stadium as well. We'll get Spiker. We'll activate Manager from hand. We'll activate Manager, and we'll pop the Casper. Popping Casper's good for us. We'll go into the battle phase. We'll hit him for just enough to go over everything. Go into Blockbacker as well. We'll set a card. They'll activate Golden Land. Set in Sanguine as well. We're doing okay now right now. We'll activate Penalty Box, we'll activate Sanguine, going into the Eldritch. They'll attack with the Eldritch, we'll Penalty Box, banish the Eldritch, not reading the cards there. We'll go into Rival Rebounder here, activate Stadium, activating Rebounder, get in Perfect Ace. We're doing okay, this is looking good now. We even see an Alpha now. We'll go into Spiker, they'll chain Sanguine, they'll set a Conk, we'll get Midfielder, we'll get activate Midfielder. We'll go into Cowboy, go into battle, hit over just enough life points. Cowboys effect coming in clutch for us right there. Okay, we're playing against heroes here. I just want to show what the game plan is here. If we don't draw into Sanctum, Scythe, Lancia, or turnover tactics. So this game is just going to illustrate how we're going to deal with any card, any deck we're going to play. So obviously we have Sign and Deal, which is an extra. But if we didn't have Sign and Deal, it'd be a similar effect. We just would have one less monster onto the field. So you see, we're going into our combos. We're getting 4 onto the field. We got Ace in hand as well, so we'll get that onto the field as well. And we're heading to their turn. It's just a case of what they're going to do. So we'll activate Rotor as well. They'll activate Emergency Call. They'll probably get Strauss. The Hero Lives is activated. We'll chain a Perfect Ace because that cost is huge for them. They go into Solid Soldier. We'll chain Spiker, getting Dunker onto the field, getting Rival Rebound onto the field, which means we can get Spiker back onto the field as well. We'll also chain Blockbacker to. In fact, we go for player Manchester off Rebound because we sent it to Graveyard, which is good for us. They'll end their turn there, and that's what I mean. There's a line of play that we've made there where they cannot answer us. We've got 5 monsters to the field. We're going to Dagda as well because we can get player manager back onto the field, and we've got turnover tactics in hand now. We'll destroy a card. We'll activate Dagda, set in Lancia as well, and that's going to be that. The deck can work without the cards, the extras, so this is really cool. Get into this game, we're playing Plunder as well. Plunder's one of those cards, the deck types I don't often come up against, so I had to read every card really carefully. I know Distant Coder plays Plunder quite often, and he's a big in the community for it. But we've drawn into Sanctum as well onto the field, but obviously I think with the effects of some of the Plunder cards, we can go straight into a Synchro depending on the type we summon. I think that's how it works anyway. Yeah, and so we go into the ship, and obviously it's a bit of a house for ship, especially when we start equipping things with it. But we'll go into the Sanctum, we'll get Scythe, meaning that we can't fully extend at least. So we've only got to deal with one. They'll equip again, which means I think it means it becomes untargetable now, and so we'll have to destroy an equip card with Perfect Ace instead. They'll destroy our Hyper Stadium as well. But again, we'll activate Spike, get Rebounder. With Rebounder, we'll get Spike about onto the field. So we've got 5 cards onto the field here. Obviously, they'll head into battle and they'll attack over midfield because it's our lowest card right there, so they're doing the most damage. We've got Extravagance, we'll activate Extravagance here. We'll activate Foolish Berry Good, send in Penalty Box. We'll get Turnover Tactics here. We'll activate Sign and Deal as well, getting Spiker. We'll activate Turnover Tactics just to get an extra card, and we get rid of their ship as well. And obviously we can't attack the turn we activate this, but we can activate Manager's Effect to destroy a field spell, and we'll end there with a big board of monsters. We'll activate Desires. They'll activate Shipyard. We'll meet Shipyard with a Perfect Ace negate. But activate, I think this is the new card that everyone's talking about, but it's really good. The Sea Guide, Blackbeard, and we'll activate Block back up, but they'll quit there when we negate the activation from their summon. Going into our last game here, I've included this game. We literally set a Sanctum. They'll activate Lone Fire Blossom, and they're going Sunseed. We'll just change Sanctum. Sun Avalon cannot do anything if you just activate Scythe. But this is just an illustrate the power of Scythe. But also this game's hilarious. We'll activate Manager, and they'll Solemn Strike us, losing 1500 life points. We're going to Power Jersey, so we can get 2 attacks here. With Spiker doing double damage there, and they've got 1,500 left. We're going to Perfect Ace. They'll strike us and lose the game. Just incredible Yu-Gi-Oh right there. So guys, I was editing the video and I realised we never really got to see what I wanted you to see here. There was one interaction that I really wanted you to pay attention to. So we'll activate Hyper Stadium here. We'll get into UA Stadium as well. We'll get Liberia Spike here. We'll get Blockbacker as well. Get Blockbacker onto the field. We'll activate Liberia Spiker again. And we'll search for our Dunker. And we'll set Scythe. This is the key part here. When activate Field Search, right, we'll chain Lancia and we'll chain Liberia Spike. Get a Player Manager. Player Manager, we will activate the effect here, the Player Manager, to pop the Scythe set in our back row, which will then trigger its effect to special summon itself to the field on our opponent's turn. That is the interaction that makes the artifact package really cool, because Player Manager you will always get out into the field. They'll obviously attack over Scythe, but Player Manager being able to pop the Scythe on our opponent's turn when we've activated the effect of Spiker is incredible for the deck. Like that interaction, like that's why Sanctum and that is so cool for the deck. Obviously we've gone into a full ball here with destroyed their return, so which you can destroy their entire field as well here. Go into Stunker and we just win the game. Well, that interaction is what I wanted to showcase you. That's what makes the artifact package so cool in this deck, because you can use the ability, if you brick on Scythe, you can get rid of it, and you can still activate the effect on the opponent's turn with Libero Spiker and Player Manager. So that interaction is super cool. But yeah, just thought I'd put this in there as well after I'd edited the video. We'll go back and I'll get into the last little bit. Guys, that's been our UA deck profile for this day and some gameplay. Let me know what you think, let me know if you enjoyed. Let me know if you'd make any changes to the deck. Obviously with Sanctum and the artifact package that we play, I think it's really key. But let me know if the ratios for your UA monsters. Obviously this is a response to someone's comment as well, so hit me up guys if you want anything else. Dark Magician's is pushed back to next week now. It was going to be this week, but we've done this instead. So yeah, Dark Magician next week, and that concludes our mini-series, and then we'll kick back off into some more UA stuff as well. But let me know what you think. Hope you enjoyed, have a great day, and see you guys later.